Welcome to Fangirl Diaries. This is your fangirl host with the most, Danny, and let's get into today's entry. Lilia, have you ever watched a dating show, reality show before? Never? Me neither. I don't know what they're about. There's so many different ones too. It's like The Bachelor, Singles Inferno. That's all I got. I don't know any other ones. Isn't there, is it just those two? I feel like there's more.
There's more in Spanish.
What's it called?
Like the Love Island one?
Oh, that's right, Love Island. What is Love Island?
I don't know, but it's dramatic.
I just don't get the point of these dating reality shows. You go on there to find love. Okay, cool. But I just feel like it's awkward if it doesn't work out. Because most of them break up or divorce. Did you hear what happened? This is going to date this episode, by the way, but what happened this year with the seasons of this last, supposed season of The Bachelor? Okay, so do you know what The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is? So it's another reality TV show. I've never seen it, but apparently it's big because the women on it started this trend on TikTok called Mom Talk or something. I don't know. They're all Mormon wives. I don't know much about the Mormon community except from what I learned from Book of Mormon, which we're just going to leave it at that. But supposedly one of them was going to be the Bachelorette for this upcoming season. And they had filmed the show. I think they were in the process, because I don't know how filming is done for a show, a reality show like this. If it's does she already know who won? Do we pick, I don't know any of that. So basically they were getting ready to premiere it. And I think a week or so before it dropped, a video got leaked of her abusing her ex in front of her child. Allegedly, the video. And I'm saying allegedly because I don't want to get my ass sued by anybody. Because I didn't see the video. I've seen clips of people reacting to the video. There was one clip on TikTok of these girls doing their makeups, and not to make light of the subject, but they're watching it, they're all shocked. And then at the end, after the video's done, they're like, anyway, I'm going to use this concealer. I'm like, guys, please. So basically, she apparently does have kids, I think, with two different men. Okay. Which, not a big deal in this day and age. But supposedly, this was so The Bachelor is a Disney owned show. It's on ABC, right? And this just kind of shows how badly Disney is at doing background checks, because supposedly this video was from years ago and there was a court case already on it. And it's how did you not know that she had a previous filing for domestic abuse? It wouldn't have looked good whether or not she was guilty or not, because it just doesn't. But in the video, supposedly she hits him, grabs him. I think she throws something. I don't know if it almost hits the kid, because again, I haven't really seen. I this is all that I'm listening from what I'm hearing. So because of that, they ended up having to cancel The Bachelorette the season, and it cost thousands, I think close to millions of dollars, because it's all that time wasted, all this footage, all the production, all that, and then you have all these guys who a lot of them go on these shows to get famous, in a sense, to become influencers nowadays, right? So all that time wasted. And she apparently is still getting paid her appearance fee, which is wild. So I don't know. I was just hearing all this stuff, reading up all this, and I was on Netflix. There is a Netflix film. This is the episode we're going to do today, guys, just to kind of segue in. We are doing the Netflix film The Wrong Paris. It is a Netflix rom-com starring Miranda Cosgrove, our girl iCarly, in basically starring as a girl who ends up on a bachelorette show because she wants to move to Paris. We're gonna get more into it in a second, but just because I want to make it clear, I've never seen any of these dating shows at all, so I have no clue if any of the stuff that happens in this movie is accurate. I just thought it was a really fun rom-com. And I figured it'd be something fun for us to do that's kind of a little different than the usual BL stuff that we have been doing a lot of. Or who knows, maybe when this airs, we may have toned down on it. Who knows? But yeah, I just thought this would be fun. I miss fun rom-coms that were just fun rom-coms. I feel like Lifetime does most of the romance movies, but they're not as good because they're all the same. And I feel like people are really sleeping on the Netflix romantic movies. Like there's this one that I really enjoyed. I've watched it like a couple of times now. And then every Christmas I love watching one called, I think it's called Love Hard with like Nina Dobrev. And that's like another good one that I feel like we should do that one for Christmas. But anyway, let's get into it. Look at Rocky's tongue. It's just sticking out. I got distracted. He's so cute. Rocky. Anyway, so let's go to the synopsis. So I took this off Wikipedia because unlike our BLs, this is not a My Drama List article. And the only thing that came up when I Googled was like 2 sentences, and I feel like that wasn't enough. So unlike what they tell you at school, we did use Wikipedia for this. Because I don't know where else I would get my description. But it's not like the plot. It's like the synopsis that they do at the beginning. So the story follows Dawn, who, in need of money to pay for art school in Paris, France, joins a reality TV dating show she believes is set there. However, soon she discovers the show actually takes place in Paris, Texas. While attempting to get eliminated, she unexpectedly develops feelings for the bachelor, Trey, complicating her plans. So it is one of those very generic, she's the older sister, her parents are gone. She's taking care of her siblings. They're being raised by their grandmother. And obviously, she's the one footing the bill for everything. Not because the rest aren't, like, willing to help. It's just that she feels because she's the oldest, she has to take the brunt of the responsibility. And she's apparently this really great sculptor. They show a lot of her welding in their family's barn. And she has been clamoring to get, like, accepted into this, like, fancy art school in Paris. And the problem is she gets accepted, which is great, but due to the fact that her grandmother, I think they say the year before, had a back injury, she had to cover most of the medical bills because their insurance didn't cover it. And she hasn't been able to save up the amount. Like, I think they state in the beginning that the most she has saved up for is the first year's tuition. And not enough for board and like the flight over there, which as someone who has flown overseas, that can get expensive because unlike going there for like a week's vacation, you are, when I moved to Korea, I think I took like 3 suitcases. No, I took 2 big giant suitcases. One of them broke. And then my mom had to send me a box of stuff. And then funny enough, I ended up leaving a lot of like clothes and books behind when I came back because I just realized that like, there was no point in me bringing all this stuff. Which makes you wonder how it works for people who move over there who aren't living at home. Like, do you ever look around my room, Lily, and wonder how is Danielle going to take all this to Japan?
Always.
Well, not to segue, but I guess to kind of get into it, this is going to be one of those situations where maybe the first year I go with just like clothes and a bunch of makeup and a few like sentimental items. And then if I stay there longer than a year, that's when we start packing everything else. But anyway, not to segue too far. So she is a waitress. It's one of these small towns in Texas, where everyone knows everybody type places. She hasn't been too focused on romance, and it's just been her art school dream. She wants to get out of her small town, as everyone does in these types of series, and she just wants to, find her place and start living her life now that her sisters are all grown. And her youngest sister, who's obsessed with the show, kind of gives her the idea to go on this. So in this universe, it's not called The Bachelor, it's called The Honey Pot. So he's not the bachelor, he's the honey. And she goes to audition. And I do love that they kind of intertwine these like very reality show tropes, like the interviews. They do a lot of the like very basic tropes, like the small town girl, the influencer, the tough girl, all that stuff. So I think that's really adds to like if you're a fan of reality shows, it's got those little things in there that really help sell it. And I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I also, my favorite thing about this movie, every time I watch it, I think it's kind of funny, is that you have Miranda Cosgrove, who we all know is a Nickelodeon star. And then you have, I think it's Madison Pence is her last name, who, if you don't know her by her name, if you grew up watching in the early 2000s, you do know her face. She's the girl from like The Game Plan. She was in Cory in the House. She's that little girl who is in like everything on Disney Channel. So she's like a Disney star. I mean, she is, because she was in a bunch of Disney stuff. So I think it's kind of funny how they're competing for each other on a dating show for this one guy. So it's like Disney versus Nick. I just thought that was really silly. And they had a girl on there who is named Cindy because she's obsessed with princesses. And she's from Orlando, Florida. So I love little touches like that I thought were really funny. So she gets on there because she is like the small town girl. And of course they need that. And one of the producers is like really pushing for her because supposedly you know what was funny? The reason why I watched this is that I had hearing all this stuff about The Bachelor. You know, The Bachelor losing like so much. I don't know if you can look up how much money they're losing this season for the season, but they make it a case to state that like, oh yeah, we need high ratings because the show is at like a high risk of like being canceled or something because they're just not getting the pulls that they used to, the numbers they used to. Which is like, it makes you wonder how much does it cost to really put on these reality shows? It's gotta be a lot of money. Also kind of weird because like throughout the competition, they do go on dates and stuff. I really need to watch like an episode of one of these shows because do they do these weird obstacle course games? Because they had these girls riding on a bull at one point. And I was so confused. Also, it's like kind of funny because they say that they're losing a lot of money. And it's like, well, maybe if you actually were like The Bachelor and just stuck to one location and not moved. Because supposedly from what it sounds like, they're moving the show every season to a new location that goes with what The Bachelor is like. It's like you couldn't have done this like at a staple house that your production company has. You could have brought a couple of horses. It's not that hard. But they had the girls at one point riding a bull. And I thought that was like a little weird. I was like, this is very much to catch the eye of like the men who are watching with their girlfriends. Because they had like Madison like wearing like a full bikini top. And it's a very sexual like, you know what, or power all to you. And it's supposed to entice the Bachelor. But I was like, yo, this is a little weird for like a game, like what is it called? Oh my God, what would you call it, Lilia?
A variety show?
No, like the games they would do, like the task, I guess.
Challenges?
Thank you. That's what I was thinking of, challenges. They do like a full obstacle course where they run around. And I don't know, it's like, man. But they win like money. So like she's trying to get kicked off. She tells him straight out, I need you to kick me off because this is not what I was supposed to do. Also, just to kind of backtrack, how legal was it that they're false advertising this thing? They're making the season seem like it's going to be in Paris. They tell the girls. I wonder what was in that contract because Homegirl I feel like would have read it at least through and through. But they literally put them on a flight circling around Texas for 8 hours, which not great for the ozone layer. And then they land them in Paris, Texas. She was like an hour away. It's like, isn't that false advertising? Could she sue for that? Like, I would have sued. I would have made more money suing. She could have had, legal fees and everything. But the reason why she won't leave is because she forfeits like her legal fee. So she does tell the guy, because it's funny enough, she had met him like the week before at a bar. So they had obviously flirted and she's like, hey, this is not what I expected. We were promised Paris. I need you to eliminate me so I can collect my appearance fee and leave. She decides to stay because I will say the one thing I loved about this movie, she makes a friend with this girl named Jasmine who's like a doctor or like a scientist, and the reason why she's on the show is not so much to find love, but because she doesn't really interact with people outside of her lab. And I do like that they don't make her the villain because, you know, it seems like she's the type of character that at some point they would make her the villain. She's like the really sweet roommate and who they help each other out and everything. She's really like the sweetest little, like, the only men I've ever talked to are mice. And I'm like, oh, Homegirl needs to get out more. But I do like that they don't make her the villain. Like, I feel like that's like the type of plot twist because she tells her straight out, like, hey, I only joined this to get to Paris. Which, by the way, she tells one of the producers. Like, Dawn literally goes up to the producers and be like, hey, so I only joined this show because you said it was for Paris, France. And I needed to get to Paris, France for free. I thought that's what was going to happen. And it was like, you could get sued. Guys, you could get sued for false advertising. Like, this isn't much of a twist. Especially when you're putting a bunch of girls in a flight for 8 hours and they stay in the United States. That's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And so she tells the producer, she tells Jasmine, like, hey, I'm here because I got into art school and I'm trying to get a flight there. This is why. And then Jasmine points out that after every, like, challenge, if you win, not only do you win the date, but you win money. I don't think that's what they do on The Bachelor. I want to know what The Bachelor is like. Even Rocky's like, whoa. Rocky, come here. Come here, Rocky. Oh, you'd be my bachelor. Right, Rocky? Share your thoughts. No? Okay. But yeah, I was like, I need to watch what these shows are like because there's no way. So, I want to point out this dude is really good looking. I'll give them that. They really picked the guy that was really good looking, blonde, blue-eyed, nice pair of like abs. Homeboy's abs did not look real. They didn't. Lilia, they looked real, like, airbrushed. And it looked like, you know that bread they sell that's, like, honey-coated on the top? It looked like that. It looked like the abs of that character from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Abby?
Yeah. It looked fake like that.
Oh, no.
Did you see the McDonald's commercial where they put the hash browns on it? That's what it looked like. I was like, my guy, that's not real. I need to look up what this dude actually looks like. Because those don't look real to me. Homegirl was thirsty. I was like, listen, I get it, honey. I get it. But, like, they don't look real. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've never seen abs like that in real life. I've never touched them either. I was like, no. I would like to. I wonder what they feel like. What? Do you want me to show you what they look like? Here, I'm going to show you what they look like.
Oh, my God.
Goodbye, Cinderella. We're watching Cinderella's Closet while we're recording this because we just finished The Wrong Paris, and now I gotta look it up. I just want to point out they keep saying they're eliminating people, but they don't show the elimination part, which was really confusing to me. Because they started off with like 30 girls, and they were like, day one, we're gonna eliminate like 20 of you guys. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. I feel like it's a really short season. But then they're like 2 seasons later, right? They go through like 2 challenges and they're like, oh, see you at elimination tonight. But it's the same 10 girls who stay. So who was eliminated? And then you know what really fucked me up? They get to the second to last challenge and they eliminated one person. I don't remember seeing her getting eliminated at all. I want to point out, though, the girl they eliminated, I feel like should have been taken out like sooner because she was getting borderline creepy. And the fact that they kept her in that long kind of made it seem like he was kind of into that, which made it creepier. So the tropes they do, right? One of the tropes oh, look what's on Netflix. I want to see this. I got distracted. One of the tropes for one of the girls, they have this one girl who she's baby obsessed to the point where like on the flight, you know what she says when they offer her a glass of champagne? She's like, oh, I can't drink because I might be getting pregnant this week. I was like, yo, I don't know. I wouldn't keep someone like that on my set. It just feels like we should be watching her. And then she sticks around for like a good portion. But yeah, so they don't kick her off that quickly. I didn't like that. She at one point holds a goat and she says, this is the next step closest I'm getting to breastfeeding. I was like, someone get the goat away from the psychopath. And then they have another girl who is very much giving diversity stereotype because they had your typical Asian girl, white girl, Miranda Cosgrove, whatever she is. Do you know what Miranda Cosgrove is? Because I don't. We have to look that up. Black girl, all that. And I'm just like, I don't know. It was very much giving like we didn't really get to know. We got to know the Asian girl because that was her friend. They didn't get to know much about the other ones. They had a biker chick. She was my favorite. Her name was Heather. And you know what she said in her little intro thing? She goes, I think I wrote it down. She's like, I'm looking for someone, so she's a tough girl, but I'm also someone who's looking for someone to get freaky with. And I was like, I feel you, Heather. Me too, except for the biker stuff, because bikes scare me. Although, my biggest celebrity crush rides a bike. He looked good in it. You know who. Lilia knows. I'm not going to say his name because we're manifesting me and him together. I can be Delulu for a minute while watching a movie about a girl who meets her dream man on a dating show. I want to point out with a house like this, because I just put on the movie, how she couldn't afford to save money again is kind of sad. She says that she spent all this money. Isn't that sad? You can't really have the American dream nowadays because insurance doesn't cover most medical costs and everything. I'm like, why didn't you sell your sculptures? Because she makes all these sculptures and belt. She can make belt buckles and all that. I feel like we wouldn't have a movie if she did all of that. But I'm just saying, there was an answer. She just wants to take the easy way, the hard way out.
Movie has to movie.
I know, movie has to movie. But at least she's putting that work. As soon as she found out that, you can win money if you win the challenges, she put herself to work, man. She won like $15,000 just for like throwing an axe. I was like, damn. I suck at doing that, but I wouldn't mind trying. So we get to the end of the movie. I guess I'm just going to quickly speed through. I thought was ridiculous was that, so they are very clearly have chemistry, because of course they do, because they're the two main leads, and they start falling for each other. It's kind of why he won't eliminate her. And they sneak off to go visit her family. And when they come back, during this time, Madison Pence's character, who I don't remember her name. I think it's Lex or something. She finds out that her secret, that the fact that she was going on this dating show to kind of just get to Paris and then bail out with the appearance money. And she admits it to the Bachelor, who by this point, it always happens in these types of movies. And it's like, that's why I'm like, it's not a bad, it's like such a generic rom-com. I do like the whole plot of just like it being different and fitting the reality show aspect of it in there. That, you know, he knew from day one that she didn't want to be on the show. And yes, they were falling for each other. And now that finally they're falling for each other, she doesn't want to get kicked off because she wants to get to the end. Which, very funny enough, the finale of the show is in Paris. I feel like had they mentioned that from the beginning, she would have actively been trying from the beginning. Right? He kicks her off because she lied to him. And I'm like, how did she lie to you, my dude? She literally told you that she wasn't supposed to come to Paris, Texas. She was trying to get to France. There was clearly a reason for it. Like, I'm sorry that she didn't tell you the full truth, but she literally told you she wanted to get kicked off. I feel like you were not listening. Like, hello, what is it? The abs? Is it the abs that are cutting off the circulation in your brain, my guy? So then she gets to Paris because the money that she wins on the show and the appearance fee is enough to get her to Paris and the school and everything, which is great. And I know I'm basically retelling the story plot for plot, but it's like, this is those types of movies where you kind of have to just to get your point across. I do like the producer that like rooted for her. Like, I will say the one good character about the production team was kind of silly because it was it made it seem like this show has never, like, it's just starting out, that it's never had a season before because of how like messy it is. But this producer lady who like rooted for her, like goes all the way to Paris and it's like, hey, if you give up your fee, you can get back on the show. And I'm like, I feel like that should be null and void if we're already at the fucking finale. That doesn't make sense. Lilia, you laughed at this. I'm going to bring up the fact that we get to the ending and he goes up to her and is like, I'll give you the money. Because he's a rich boy. He got money. Like, he got a lot of money. And she goes, no, I can't let you do that. I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and take the money. You really going to waste all of our times? Because you know it would have been crazy great that she could have done? She could have done like, okay, I'll take your money because they're going to be together and she'll pay him off. And she could always like repay him back later. All right? She could have had her friend Jasmine win. It's not like they had to end up together. Like, these couples break up all the time. But no, they get on the show and then she's like, are you going to take the honey or are you going to take the pot? And she's like, I'm going to take the pot, which, by the way, I feel like is a bad wording for, you know, a reality show saying you're going to take the pot. But whatever. And then it ends with her going back to school and them staying together and blah, 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 blah. You know? It's a very generic, like, I will say, these are the type of rom-coms we need nowadays. I kind of am just like, you know, we don't get enough of those. I miss the, like, 13 going on 30s, a Cinderella story, like, simple romance. Like, those were very, like, teen-ass dramas. But you know what I mean, Lilia? Like, I need a romance film for women like Cinderella's Closet, but make it a movie. You know what I mean? Or just something funny and fun. We don't get enough of them because they don't make money nowadays. That's why they're always on Netflix. Like, I kind of want to go see that one with, by the time we drop this, it'll probably already be on the streaming service. But that movie that's coming out that with, is it Haley Bailey? Me, You, and Tuscany?
Yes! I'm sorry. I really want to see that movie.
Lilia really likes the guy from Bridgerton.
I do.
He's got abs too. Do you think those abs are real or are they like airbrushed?
I don't know. I have to see them.
Lilia's a pervert.
No, I'm not. It's just really pretty.
We should go see that together. When is that coming out?
I don't know.
Actually, never mind. I don't want to see it with you. Can I tell them the story about Bobby?
I think you have already.
I've never told them the story about Bobby.
Oh, no.
Can I tell them the story about Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to point out this is not the segue, but the segue, or to like distract. Just because you made that noise, and now I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this romance movie with you. It was scary when you made that noise. I collect K-pop albums, and early on in my K-pop days was listening to a lot of groups. I really liked iKON, and my favorite member was Bobby. And his first solo album is really, really good. So I had bought the first single. They finally got back in print here, and I think I ordered off Mandu, whatever Mandu, that store, that K-pop store used to be in New York that no longer exists. And when I got my copy, it was a blue copy. There was a photo in there that me and Lily were looking through the album, and when we stopped to this one specific photo, she got a certain way, and I was like, Lily, are you okay? And it did something to her. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna go any further than that. Do you own a copy of this album, by the way?
Didn't you give me your copy?
Did I give you my copy? I don't think I gave you my copy.
Yes, you did. You gave me your copy.
Now I gotta check. No, I do have that album. Did I buy a set? No, my copy's right there.
You gave me one.
Oh, maybe I bought you a copy for your birthday.
I think you gave me your old copy and you bought yourself a new. You're trying to get the card.
That's true. That's true. I wonder if I do have 2 photo cards. I don't think I do though. I don't know. Anyway, Lilia owns a copy of this album. She hides it under. Didn't you tell me you hid it under your bed?
No. I mean, it's stored there, but I'm not hiding it.
She hides it under her bed.
I don't.
Didn't you also do the same thing with the Wonho Japanese photo book?
That one's on my shelf.
Hidden.
No.
Didn't you say because you didn't want your parents to see it?
No.
Lilia's dad, if you're listening.
It's so weird.
It's just the fact that mine are also hidden. I mean, mine are on my desk. My Wonho and my Yuta photo book. Anyway, so what I was saying is that I'm not going to go see Me, You, and Tuscany with Lilia because I don't... You know what you sounded like? What I assume that one girl who saw Black Panther sounded like before she saw Michael B. Jordan on screen. Did you ever hear that story? She, like, this girl, she went to go see Black Panther, and apparently every time Michael B. Jordan was on screen shirtless, she, like, gripped her teeth to the point where she broke her tooth, and she had to go get it fixed. Because she was, like scraping it so much because of how she felt.
No, that's not me. I promise.
I'm still not seeing this movie with you. I'll go see it on my own. But like I was saying, I want more rom-coms like this. I feel like it shouldn't just be Netflix producing them, and that's what makes it... I mean, that's the good thing about streaming services, I guess, is that, we do get more movies like this, but then they're not made as often because they're not financially usable, and it would be nice if we got more on screen so you can make a girls trip and go with your friends. Not Lilia, though, because... And just go see them in the movies, right? I'm not. I just don't like how excited you got. Like, I was into it, but then it got constrained. Like, you were like... and I feel like that's going to be you if we went to go see it together. You'd probably be like, anytime... Because he takes off his shirt. It's in the train. Didn't we see a movie together recently? No, I went to go see a movie. I'm not going to say which one. Well, I ended up getting a ticket to go see that Scream movie. Even though I want to point out, I didn't pay for it. It was a free ticket someone gave me, and that's the only reason why I went to go see it. I wasn't going to pay for it regardless, but I got a free ticket. That trailer was there. Yeah. Don't go see Scream just to go see the trailer. Just wait till the movie comes out.
I saw a trailer online.
Yeah, but you can see it on the big screen.
I don't care about that.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You're laughing. Oh my God, I said, God. But yeah, so... That's kind of it. I don't have much to say. I guess we just wanted to do something a little different. I just like this movie and I want to talk about it because I thought it was just really good. Who knows when we'll drop this episode, right, Lilia? See, look at him. Oh, wait, keep this in. That's the guy.
Which one?
That one.
He looks like a young version of Miley Cyrus's dad from Panama City.
You think he looks... Oh, first off,
I forgot his name.
he does not look like Billy Ray Cyrus.
A little bit.
No, he doesn't.
A little bit.
Have you seen young Billy Ray? I'll show you young Billy Ray.
Maybe it's just the flannel he's wearing. But I swear I've seen him wear that before.
I mean, yeah, because he's from Tennessee, but this is young Billy Ray Cyrus.
I'm too blind for that. I can't see.
You're wearing glasses.
It doesn't matter. So I take it wrong country guy.
Do you know what?
Keith Urban.
Who's Keith Urban?
You know who he is. I think he's an American Idol.
Oh, that's mean.
How does that mean?
I mean, I get what you mean.
Stereotypical cowboy.
I guess so. Isn't this?
What you seen?
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah, that guy. That's what I meant.
I guess so.
I confused my country boys.
Where is Miranda Cosgrove from? I feel like where is she from? I feel like we should look this up.
I'm gonna guess Canadian. No, she's American.
I mean, yeah, I could have told you that.
She gives Canadian vibes though.
She's from California.
Oh.
She was born in Long Beach, California, and she's playing a Texan. Okay. She is of Irish, English, French, Mexican, and then I can't pronounce this word, Jewish descent. She's got Mexican in her. I guess I see it. That's a lot of mix. That's more than me. And everyone thought she was Asian. They say she looks Asian.
I don't see it.
I mean, I guess you're the first one. But you know what's funny is that, okay, she's supposed to play someone from, like, Texas. She doesn't have an accent in this entire movie. So it doesn't work. But she's good in it. I enjoyed her in it. I'll give her that. I did enjoy her in it. So, I don't know. Is there anything else we should add? Do you want to see his abs? Should we put in your reaction to his abs? Okay. That... He looks like Abby's, right? Because it doesn't look real.
It doesn't look real.
I don't understand, like, if that's how abs work, or is that... Like, this is not me joshing on, like messing with the guy or anything. If he does look that great, I just don't believe that abs really look like that. I've never seen them in person. And I'm just like, do abs really look like that? Like, I mean, he looked good. But I'm shook. I'm shook. Anyway, so that's kind of it. We have to do my rating. What is my rating? I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. All right. It's not a great rom-com. It's a fun rom-com. But yeah, a 6 out of 10. Right? Woo! And then for our song of the week, I don't listen to country music. So I'm usually picking songs that I know and like. So we kind of had to scour through my musical library to see what would go great for this. Like, do we pick a song that's very Paris-based or country-based? Which would have been like a Miley Cyrus song if we had picked just country. But most of her newer stuff doesn't work. And I'm not picking a Hannah Montana song at all. So we're picking Jung Young's Fix a Drink. It's very cowboy vibe. I actually, when we post this video, when we post this on YouTube, I will post the video I took of her singing it because I do have it. It is really good. I could not believe this because when it comes to the solos, I listened to it. I thought, oh, this is fun. But when you watch her perform it, it just makes it like 10 times better because she's such a good performer. So that's going to be our song of the week. And yeah. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and look out for next week. It's my birthday episode, and to celebrate me turning the dreaded 30, the big 30, we're gonna do Cherry Magic, and not just any Cherry Magic. We're gonna do Lilia's favorite Thai BL couple. We're gonna do Pokusan's papas. You love Pokusan, so you have to love his papas. We're gonna do Tainu, the Thai version of Cherry Magic. That's coming to you guys next week. All right, see you guys then. All right, guys, that's it for this entry. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, you can find us at FG Diaries Pod. On Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram, you'll find us at FG Diaries Podcast. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful fangirly day.